Hey everybody, and welcome to the North Park Youth Podcast. We are here with a brand new team of people. You might recognize Cody, of course, but then we have Cadeau and Laura here, our interns. Do you want to swap over so they can see the other side? I told Sam so we've got Sam over behind the scenes, and I told them to keep the camera on me when I'm talking, but then they couldn't see you. So
they
want
to see me, Josh.
Oh, do they now? Do they now? Okay, so here's what we're doing on the podcast today. We wanted to introduce our interns, and so we're going to take some time and get to know you. Now, Cody, you are a graduated intern. Let's say that you're on staff here at North Park, not on the internship program, but I'm going to treat you like an intern today.
Okay.
Not like ask you to get my
interns get treated pretty well here, so
you a little for the most part.
Yeah.
I'm not going to ask you to get me coffee, but
you have done before when I wasn't an intern.
I have done that before.
I mean,
but here's what we're going to do. What was it I had you do the other day? I think I had you go get my water. Oh, I had you fill my water bottle. And that felt weird. I try not to do like intern things like that.
There's the funny thing is like Josh asked me to go get him his water bottle or to fill his water bottle. And I was like, he's like, I'm sorry, this is so weird. And I'm like, it shouldn't be weird. Like I would ask somebody like if they were going to the water fountain anyways, like
yeah, I know. It just felt strange.
It felt like an imbalance of power.
Yeah. I never want to abuse my power. So, so we are trying video out again. Like this is new. We're gonna be back on YouTube. It's been a while. Laura was reminding us today that when you were in grade 11 at the time.
Yeah. So that was last year.
And it was Maddie who had you on, or Hannah.
Both of them. I think they were both there, and then they had me on it.
So when I was on sabbatical last year, Hannah and Maddie were running the podcast, and they were interviewing students each week, and Laura was on the podcast, and it was a video podcast. But then when Cody and I started doing the podcast again, we were like, that's a lot of work.
Yeah. And
because we're not doing Zoom anymore, right? This is like we're in person again. And so we decided like, hey, interns are back. Let's let them get to know the youth world, or the youth world get to know them over video and audio. So welcome if you're listening over audio or video. Okay, here's what we're going to do today. We're getting to know you. I've got a bunch of questions that I'm going to ask, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to ask questions, and we're going to do our best to answer the questions, okay?
Cool.
Actually, first, why don't we do this? Why don't you tell us what grade you're in, or what grade you're graduating, or just graduated because you're done school now, right. And what your favorite hobby is. Can you think of that? Yeah, Cadeau's like, I'm going to need a second. Laura, do you know? Okay, Laura, so you go first, Laura.
Okay. I'm Laura again. I just graduated grade 12 at Saunders, and I like to play basketball.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cadeau?
My name is Cadeau. I just graduated. I just finished grade 12. I don't like saying graduated.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, yeah.
I'm not done school yet. But,
sure.
My hobbies are reading.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Like books?
No.
Or like
movies.
Magazines? There's other.
The back of movies, like.
Dollar in the jar.
Yeah.
Dollar in the jar, Cody. I just told it right before the podcast. Cadeau and I have been like so positive today, and Laura and Cody have just been,
Bummers.
negative Nancy's is what I like to call them. So, sorry. But yeah, like what do you like to read, Cadeau?
Like during the quarantine phase, my friends put me on mangas mostly.
Oh, yeah, okay. See?
I still read some hardcover books.
Mangas are books, are they not?
Yeah. Well, they're BDs. Comics.
It's like not as clear cut. It's not as clear cut.
It is in a book form.
Yeah, they got pages, words.
I read some light novels too, so.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All books.
Okay, so, Cody, do you want to tell everybody what you do in life?
Hi.
Nothing.
You all know who I am. If you don't, my name is Cody. I graduated school a long time ago. And my hobby is I like to make music.
Cool. That's fun.
Yep.
And what are you doing in the fall? Did you talk about that?
I'm going to Fanshawe in the fall for an MIA program, which is Music Industry Arts. So that should be a lot of fun.
Very cool. So, and you're taking a year off, Laura? Is that what I remember?
Maybe not.
Oh.
You guys might be the first to hear this.
You don't have to reveal
exclusive information for the viewers.
Breaking news.
We're talking about like thousands of people are going to be listening to this podcast.
Literally millions.
So, it's up to you if you want to share. You don't have to.
I'll probably just go to school next year.
Cool. Awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome.
You heard it here first, folks.
Thank you.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to ask a question. And these are like icebreaker questions, but we'll try and mix them up a little bit. and I'll probably like not ask everybody the same question. I'll ask different questions to different people. Okay, so Cadeau, why don't we start with you? Because we did just talk about this a little bit, but you don't have to answer the one we were talking about pre-podcast. But do you have any nicknames?
Oh,
Like English speakers call me Cadeau, like Cadeau.
Yeah.
Or it's hard to say. Like they butcher my name. That's but I appreciate that more than just calling me Gift, because you're just highlighting. Like I just stick out even more.
Yeah. They're just trying to flex their French. They're non-French.
Yeah.
Wait, does anybody like call you Gift? Or like
only
present?
only French speakers call
Oh,
me Gift.
okay.
So they just like, oh, it's so funny. Let me translate your name.
it's not funny.
I didn't even know that.
Cadeau
Wow.
does not like it.
What's the favorite nickname that you've ever had?
The one that like when I was in grade 2, I went to after school,
Yeah.
like a daycare, and then they called me Kadu.
Cadeau?
Yeah, it's a complete butcher of my name, but I'm like, I could go by Kadu. I'll live by Kadu.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I love it. So, Cody, here's the question that I have for you.
Okay.
Hearing it for the first time. If you were going to be famous for something, what would you be famous for?
I would be famous for discovering a new island.
Oh.
I would like to live on an island, just like a secluded island.
Okay.
With maybe like a few people that are close to me.
What would you name it? Like if you
I
found
would
one?
name it.
let me guess, Cody Island.
Very original.
I don't know. I'd have to sit on that and come up with a really good name.
Sit on the island?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You just like sit
Got
there
it.
for a while.
Yep.
Okay. I got it. Yeah,
It'll
okay.
just come to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cody Land.
Okay, Laura, before the podcast, we were talking a little bit about an exam you took last year.
Yeah.
And I thought about like how little sleep you would have gotten that evening. Do you want to tell that story really quickly?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Also, Cody wasn't here, so he
That's
missed
true.
it.
Yeah, that's true.
New story for me too.
Yep.
Yeah, so basically last year I was taking this physics course, and it was like purely online, didn't have a teacher or anything. So I just had to I'm self-taught in physics basically.
Love that.
And I had an exam for it, but it was going to be after I was finished school. So I went up to camp that I was working at all summer, and it was like 2 weeks into camp, and that's when I'd take the test.
Right.
At midnight,
Oh.
because that's the only time I can get a proctor. He kept canceling on me. He's like, okay, we're going to do it midnight this day. I'm like, okay.
What proctor is like, yeah, I'm available at midnight.
I don't know. He kept complaining about it throughout the exam. He's like, oh, I'm so tired. Like, next time I shouldn't be doing midnight. I'm like, you're the one who
You're right.
suggested
You
this.
shouldn't.
And so I had to go to my aunt and uncle's because they have a super nice cottage Wi-Fi, which my cottage does not have. And I'd take the exam until 2 a.m. and then go back to my dorms and text all my friends and be like, come open the door for me. I'm outside. I just did an exam. I want to die.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
But
What an experience.
That's
Yeah.
brutal. So that leads me to my follow-up question. What's the longest you've ever gone without sleep? So that would have been a regular day plus a few hours, right? Maybe a couple hours.
yeah.
Have you ever pulled an all-nighter?
Yes. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
All at camp. Every time at camp. I think I've pulled 2 all-nighters. Maybe. Yeah.
Laura is
Just 2.
experienced in this.
Every day. I never
yeah,
sleep.
field.
No, 2 all-nighters, both at camp. One when I was at a overnight. It was a staff and leadership training camp.
Oh, yeah.
At Wajidawin.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was the last day of camp. So we all went into the longhouse and we all pulled an all-nighter. Actually, I was one of the only ones who actually stayed awake.
Yeah.
We watched these really random videos, and I was just up and chilling and dancing around, and everyone's on the floor sleeping, and I'm just wee, eating all the food. I was killing it.
Nice.
And then another time, it was also the last day camp, but at NBC, not at the overnight camp.
Yep.
And so everybody went up to our friend's trailer, and we just binge watched movies over and over, and I stayed up. Everyone else fell asleep too. I was wide awake.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think I had to work the next day too.
Mhm.
I was I'm just gonna stay up. It's okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so probably that.
Yeah. I feel like there like there's always those plans like we're gonna stay up all night,
Yeah.
but very rarely.
It's always
Yeah.
the people who fall asleep who make the plans.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, I'll stay up, but like
true.
you're not going to. I know you won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Kado, you got the next question. Would you rather go back in time or be transported into the future? And tell me why.
Oh,
Back in time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah?
What?
Yeah, where would you go? Like
I'll
what-
be the smartest baby you'll ever see.
Oh, yeah.
No, genius baby learn.
Genius baby. I like it.
And
I
then
like
you
it.
you learn more on top of what you already know.
Yep.
You fix past mistakes. What are you
It's
gonna
true.
do in the future?
do you gain knowledge though if you go back, or do you just become your past self?
No.
Is it
No,
go
it's-
back in
that's-
your time or go back in
No.
any time?
It would be go back in any time, but
Well,
you
I have a bonus question. What time period would you go to?
Why would I go super far back?
Yeah.
For
Like,
the fashion, like imagine.
oh my gosh.
I would love
Bro, that's what
that.
I'm talking about.
Like the huge dresses. Like
1950s like British like suits and stuff.
the
you could like
three-piece,
rock
yeah.
a really
Yeah.
good like top hat.
like
I could see that.
newsboy caps.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I like your answer, Kado, because I feel like people who say that they're gonna go into the future are just doing it out of greed. Because you could be like, well, I know right now that Bitcoin is, gonna be
Yeah.
this, right? And then they go into the future and they're like using their past knowledge. I guess it works both
I'd
ways.
be afraid of going into the
But
future.
you want to be a smart baby. I like
Yeah.
that.
I would want to
And,
see
like,
myself when I was
very
older.
rich baby, because
Yeah.
you invest in the
Okay,
right
I
stuff.
just said you weren't gonna be greedy, and then you're like, and I'm
gonna
gonna
be a rich baby.
Oh
Just
boy,
3 months old and stacked.
Okay, so Cody, we've done podcasts in the past, and we've talked
have.
about animals, right?
Yep.
We did a podcast where we filled out some surveys, figured out what jungle animal we
Yes.
were, things like that. But I would like to know, like, if you had the choice to live the life of any animal, what would you choose? Now, I'll preface this by saying I just finished watching the Netflix series Our Great National Parks with Barack Obama. Have you seen that one?
I haven't.
Oh
I was
my
gonna watch
gosh.
that. I
I've
saw
seen
it
a
and I
few
was
clips
like,
from it. It looks
It's
good.
incredible. And you learn like all about these crazy, animals that have never been filmed before because they're in such remote parts of the world. And it was like, man, like there were just these unique animals that you never think would do something.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so tell me your what you would live as.
I would live as a bald eagle
Oh,
because
tell me more.
I want to fly. That'd be pretty cool. And also, I feel like eagles are like not like loners, but they don't. You never see eagles in flocks. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, there's not a lot of people around them. It's just
Kind
like
of depressing, Cody. Are you
you know-
okay?
I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, I want my group to be tight. You know what I mean? I don't need like a lot of people around me. I just need like.
I'm getting secluded vibes from you. Like,
Yeah.
the past question, island.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to
Yeah.
fly,
Yeah.
people.
I want to be
Getting
alone.
bullied.
He needs
here
to
on
be
the
able to
podcast.
access his island.
Yeah. Exactly.
Um,
Eagle Island. That's
yeah.
what I'll call it. Eagle Island.
Eagle Island. There we
Boom.
go.
I told you I'd sit on it and I'd figure out something out.
Okay. All right, Laura, here's a question. And I think this is a tough one depending on the person, but I don't know. I'm interested to hear your answer. Do you think you could go, let's say 48 hours without your phone? And then why or
Silence.
why not?
I think I could, and I think most people would think I'm lying. It also
Oh,
depends
okay.
on
Yeah.
the situation, but I think I could.
Mhm.
I
Tell
think
me more
if it
about
was,
that. Like, do you find yourself on your phone a lot?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you thinking
What-
like, are you
What's the
saying
screen
like,
time?
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
lie.
yeah,
I don't. It
Pull up
never
the
loads
screen
for me. I
time.
don't know why. It doesn't.
Oh,
No, but I'm
never
sure it's pretty
loads.
high. No, it doesn't. I swear. But I'm sure it's pretty high.
Yeah.
But I think it's just because like I get bored, and so I just scroll, and that's like the problem with it.
right?
But I think if I was doing stuff in my life,
Yep.
and I didn't need my phone, I could for sure go without it. Because I talk about camp all the time, so I'm gonna bring it up again. But at camp, it's a full month. They take away your phone, like you don't have your phone.
Nice.
And like it was awesome, like it was really good. And so I think if I was doing something and I was not bored and just sitting at home, I could totally go without my phone for 48 hours.
Right.
That's cool.
I'm always very, what's the word? Like I think very positively about not being on my phone, but then like realistically, I'm like sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, so I watched a lot of hockey in these playoffs. We were talking about this past weekend, I think. My team like won the championship, which was awesome, but it meant I watched a lot more hockey than I normally do. And even when I'm sitting there in between commercials, I'm like trying so hard not to go on my phone. I'm like, I don't need to go on my phone right now. but then I just pick it up.
I've made a
tips
really, really bad habit lately of like I'll be watching a show
Yeah.
and on my phone
Yeah.
at the same
Yeah.
time.
And okay, so Cody a few months ago deleted Instagram.
It's true.
And I did that myself maybe 2-3 weeks ago. But you find other things to scroll.
I know.
Exactly.
Like scrolling I was scrolling Facebook the other day.
It's
like
it's so tough because like all social medias are like they've melded into like the
Yeah.
same thing. So like
Yeah.
Snapchat has like an explore
Right.
page and YouTube has shorts.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I was just like scrolling through shorts and I was like, I've just wasted like 2 hours just
Yeah.
like
No,
mindlessly scrolling on shorts. Like it's
no.
it's yeah.
I deleted TikTok during the school year because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Same.
okay, I need to focus up and I cannot be on TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok just chunks of time.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do about it.
Yeah.
And then so I deleted it because my older brother deleted it, so I was bandwagoning it. And then I just got addicted to shorts. So now
Yeah.
I just use shorts.
Yeah,
And
same.
The
Because
problem,
it's
I
all
haven't-
the same like content. Like
right.
everything gets reposted. Like
Right.
Instagram stuff gets posted
Yeah.
on TikTok, and TikTok stuff gets posted on YouTube, and like
Uh,
it's all the same content. So you can't. I mean, you can't escape from
You-
it. But
right.
like it's hard to. Like
yeah.
tough.
The like worst one that I found, and it's like why do I do this? Is when you open up Chrome on your phone, it has like all these news articles.
Yeah.
I scroll through those now, and like I'll get to the end and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna refresh
That's a
that.
new
go
low.
through it.
Is
Yeah,
when you're
it's
when you're
bad news.
scrolling
No.
through like
It's bad
the
news.
Chrome web page
Yeah.
news headlines.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, because so I'm a big Twitter guy, and it's probably a generational thing. But I deleted Twitter as well because I found myself scrolling, and so all of a sudden, all I really had was Facebook, which I was refusing. Like I cannot scroll Facebook. That's
Yeah.
like the word. It's like all my aunts, like.
Yeah.
And so then it was the score, but there's not enough like new sports news that comes
Right.
out, and so then all of a sudden I'm in Chrome. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is brutal.
the worst one, in my opinion,
Yep.
is the Snapchat. Like, not the spotlight, not the scroll one. Just
The
under your
Discover
stories.
page?
Yeah, the Discover.
Yeah.
The worst things imaginable.
The thing is,
You're
like, it's not
learning-
even interesting.
No.
No, it isn't. And you're still there looking at it like, bro, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It's torture. You're aware of like everything, and you're like,
Yeah.
this girl's just gonna pop that soda, and they milk it. They
Yeah.
don't
Oh, they
pop
do.
it.
There's so many. It's like another elastic band, another
Yeah.
one, another one, and it's like a 5-minute video, and then right at the end it goes, and then it's done. And I was like, oh, okay.
boy.
And I
Just, like,
feel like
skip
that's
through.
like you're just wanting that dopamine
Yeah.
rush.
Yeah.
And like
Right.
they,
Ooh, this is turning into a science
Everything.
podcast,
Yeah.
and I
Oh.
like it.
I have been doing a lot of research on dopamine detoxing lately. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more question each, and we'll try it. We're almost at 20 minutes, so we'll try and speed through them. So, Cadeau, we were talking a little bit about books, your love of books. If you could jump into like any book, fiction or nonfiction, what would you like? What universe? What what would you be jumping into?
this is difficult because like you're not gonna be an MC. You're not gonna be a main character in any.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you're thinking, which book would I not die
Yeah.
immediately? Huh?
What if
That's
you
fair.
could be a main character in a
Okay, that's a better question.
Okay, yeah, all right. Let's go with
Thanks,
Cody.
Josh.
Let's,
yeah,
let's go with
Josh.
Cody's question.
I have a better
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
I'm reading
Jar.
off the internet.
like,
okay.
You're gonna die either way. Like, just take it in. Like, Voldemort's gonna.
Yeah.
But it's. But if I think about it, main character in one, Percy Jackson's here.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Like,
good series.
I've never
Both
read it.
series, like the first series and the second
Mm.
one, both of them. The second one started off slow, but second series for sure,
Yeah.
better series. But
Awesome.
Laura's never read Percy Jackson.
I haven't either,
on
but
it.
here's the trick.
Why
Here's
did you
the
freak
trick.
out that much then?
Because
You're like,
that's what you're
"Oh."
supposed to do, Laura. You're supposed to just jump in and be like, yeah, "Oh my gosh,
I'm not
great
gonna
answer!"
lie for views.
Just tell me one thing. You haven't seen the movies.
No.
Oh,
No,
thank
okay.
goodness.
Yeah,
the
no.
movies,
The movies
are
are
terrible. Apparently,
worst.
they're coming out with like new ones that I'm hoping are better. But like, yeah, the movie, like the plot is different. Like they add random things, take a bunch of like it's awful. It's so bad.
it's
Yeah.
and like the whole premise of the show is hard to visualize and
Yeah.
put it on the big screen. And the what I saw wasn't what I imagined.
Yeah.
And that ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like for movie adaptations,
Yeah.
it works best with books that don't have a big fictional element to it.
Right.
Right.
So it's like normal people doing a normal thing. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
because then you could actually
Yeah. You
accurately
can like
adapt
actually
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody.
Yep.
Your last question for the day. What's
Okay.
the grossest thing you've ever eaten? But here's what. Let's go one step further. The grossest thing you've eaten to be polite.
Oh,
Like not just like
man.
you're at your friend's house and they're serving up. I like for me growing up, I didn't like mushrooms and always like I remember having chili with mushrooms in it and thinking like, oh, this is no good. But
I don't know if I've ever like had to like eat
You've
something
always said
really,
no?
really. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like I was never one of those kids who like complained, but like I would always I'd be straight up. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. I can't eat this.
So what's the grossest thing you've said no to?
That's a really hard question. I've eaten
Is
a
it though?
lot of food in my day.
Right.
I can't think of like okay. I'll tell you the grossest thing that I have eaten.
Okay.
Falafel. No, not falafel.
I was gonna say
what was
like
it?
a normal thing.
It was I can't remember what it's called. They were burgers.
Was it a
They were-
falafel burger?
It might have been a falafel burger.
What's gross about that?
No, I think I've had one. It was so bad.
It
I
was
understand.
the most. Okay,
I was really young and I like cried for like an hour at the table because I did not want to
me
eat
too.
it.
Okay,
I could not
I've-
do it. I'm
let,
so
let,
glad
let
you
me get this
could.
straight. I have eaten falafel. I really like falafel.
Sure.
Like we get Shelby sometimes.
yeah.
Falafel's
Yeah.
great. Love
Yeah.
falafel. Falafel burgers, never. Those of you who are watching, never, ever eat
He's
falafel
looking
burgers.
right into the camera.
They are
saying, "Don't
awful.
do it."
They're terrible.
I understand. I get it. I get what you're saying. It doesn't taste good, but like,
Have you ever had falafel burgers?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't. But I mean,
you
like,
haven't
what I'm saying
You need
is,
to
like,
have a falafel burger and
Yeah.
then tell me that they're it's fine. Whatever.
what I'm saying
they're
is,
awful.
there's so much like actually disgusting food out
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
like falafel burgers.
oh my gosh.
They're so.
Yeah.
I will buy falafel. I will waste my money on falafel burgers
It
just
also
to let you
probably
have one.
depends on like where it's from, because my guess is like again, you like falafel from like Shelby's. If they took that falafel
That's
and
true.
put it on a burger,
That's true.
it'd be just fine.
It was like frozen. Like it was PC. Like
Yeah.
frozen.
Yeah, that might have been the one I had.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nasty. It was
Cancel
so
PC.
gross.
Yeah, but like growing up in with my grandparents in Newfoundland, like I would see them every year for a couple weeks. We always had like squid. Not,
squid
but,
is
but
so
no,
good,
no, no,
though.
no. We're not talking about
I've never
like the calamari.
Okay.
We're talking about like full on squid, like you
Yeah.
know squid rings, like thick. It's like thick calamari. But
Oh,
anyways,
yeah.
and it's super rubbery. You eat the whole thing. It's like this big.
I've had it.
It's round and rubbery, and then with stuffing in it.
I've never had it. Okay, you're familiar with the restaurant Thuan Q, I think is how
Yeah.
you pronounce
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I've had squid there.
Mhm.
So good.
Yeah,
Love it.
So, but I'm telling you, like as a child, eating these, like I was like, Grandma, not good. And I probably would enjoy it a little bit more now. But the other one was rabbit stew. Like there were just things like
I've heard legends.
oh man. All right, Laura, we're gonna end with one last question, and I like depending on how you were growing up, this may change your answer. Okay, so do you think your parents are gonna watch this podcast?
Oh no.
This doesn't need to be like a recent thing. Please don't make it a recent
Okay.
thing. But
Yesterday?
when you were little, like what's the worst thing that you did and got away with?
Oh man,
There's so many options to
Yeah.
choose from.
let me pull out a list. No, you really should have told me this before, so I
Yeah, I
can
was gonna
research.
say these are hard questions to
I
think
feel
about
like
just
I
like right
don't
off the
know
dome.
off the top of my head. Like, I don't think I was a terrible kid.
Right.
I remember once in elementary school, there was this kid who would always pull my chair out from my desk when I was gonna go sit down,
Yeah.
and like I would never like fall or anything. I could normally catch myself,
Mhm.
and I did it to him, and he fell all the way back and whacked his head on the back of the desk.
Laura
And I was just
killed a
like-
child in grade 3.
No, yeah, and
yeah, what?
I didn't. But he made a really big deal out of it. I don't know if
Yeah.
he was actually hurt,
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
but he was like
He
bawling.
was like making
Suck
such a
it
big deal about
up.
it when they loaded him in the ambulance. It
literally
was,
like
yeah.
When he got
airlifted him
brain
out of
damage.
the thing. Yeah.
Make a big deal about it.
No,
in
but
the
he was
pool
just
of
in
his
the
own
nurse's
blood. No.
office, like bawling for like half an hour, and so I had to go
Yeah.
apologize. I'm like,
Aw.
I'm sorry, and right away he goes, "It's okay," and he gets up, and I'm like,
That's all he needed.
What?
That's all he needed.
Yeah.
You healed them with your kind words.
"Yeah."
Good
See,
job.
the power
Laura
of kind
was a good
words.
kid.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to wrap things up there. Thanks again to our interns. Thanks, Kiddo. Thanks, for Laura. Thanks,
Me,
a
a substitute
we'll call
intern
you
for the day.
Intern 1.5.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
sure. No, but
Graduated intern.
There you
Thanks
go.
for joining us on the podcast. We'll be back. We're going to do this every week. We'll change things up in how we're doing it. We want your feedback. If you're like, Josh was talking too much, send us a note.
Yeah,
I don't know. Okay, but that's it for today. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you next time.
bye.